Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Jack the Snack That Smiles Back. We got some more fun stories to read today, and Emily is back as always. Emily, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, let's have fun and just, oh man, a lot of sexist parents today. Real fun a-holes. Are you excited, Emily?
Always.
Yeah, let's get started. Am I the a-hole for firing the babysitter for being a bad influence? My wife and I hired a babysitter, Adeline, 18, for our kids, 8 months, 2 female, 4 female, 5 male, 7 female.
Oh boy.
That's a lot of kids, wow. A few months ago, Adeline is great with the kids, and she's the only babysitter that can handle so many young kids. Yeah, I'd imagine there's not many people who are willing to handle more than like 2 kids, so...
Especially an 18-year-old with
Yeah.
5 kids under the age of 7.
She's a prodigy for daycare.
What's the bet? They're not paying her properly.
A couple problems are that she's consistently late. It's usually no more than 5 minutes. She has been 10 and even 15 minutes late, however, but it's still irritating. Another thing is, after she gets everyone in bed, she spends the rest of the night on her phone or laptop.
Oh.
Oh no, she has other things to do with her life.
Oh my goodness. You mean you didn't pay her as a cleaner? You only paid her to babysit your kid?
She never cleans up in the playroom because she claims it's always messy and she doesn't know where anything goes, and will only clean up what she did with the kids. For example, Adeline did an art project with my older 3 kids and cleaned the counters and the floor after that art project, but she didn't pick up the toys that were in the living room or do the dishes.
She's not your maid.
Yeah, I think you're asking for a bit of extracurricular skill set there.
Yeah.
Another problem is that her outfits can be a little inappropriate for kids so young. Crop tops, shorts, skirts, dresses that are a little too short, low-cut shirts, etc. I've asked my wife to talk to her about it. I felt that it would be more comfortable coming from another woman, but she refused, even though she admitted that she would like Adeline to wear slightly less revealing clothes. So I'm not surprised it's immediately the dad that has an issue with the woman's clothing.
I don't know why they're complaining when they literally said they can't find anyone else to take care of so many kids. They're like, here, we're just nitpicking. She's the only one who can do the job, but we're going to go to Reddit because she's not doing it well enough, even though we have no other options.
Yeah. My parents are in town, and they wanted to take the kids on a walk. While on the walk, they saw Adeline on a run, wearing a sports bra and shorts that barely covered anything.
You mean she was off the clock, doing her own physical exercise?
Wearing comfortable clothing? Disgusting! All of my kids had seen it, and we heard about how they had seen Adeline without a shirt for days. My 5-year-old has also been talking about how pretty she is, and that he's going to marry her when he's older, which is completely inappropriate.
Of course it is. That's what a young kid says. Why is he making it an issue?
Do
It's not
they-
logical for him to marry her. The age difference is just too big. Yeah, mate.
I wonder, do they refuse to like even kiss or touch hands as husband and wife in front of the kids or something?
I don't know. That's what all kids say when their babysitter's hot.
Oh yeah, it's exactly what the top comment says too. I decided to fire her because of the reasons I listed above.
Ah, great. Have fun finding some more help.
When I told my wife, she started screaming at me because she thinks Adeline is a great babysitter and is reasonably priced. I told her Adeline is a bad influence and I don't want her around my kids, but she's refusing to speak to me until I call Adeline back and offer her job back. She even wants me to offer her a raise if she says no. So am I the a-hole for firing the babysitter for being a bad influence? Now, the update immediately is, my wife was able to get through to Adeline. She will come back for $45 an hour and we will be getting her a car.
Oh!
Damn!
What else has happened with Adeline?
Wow!
You bought her a car?
Oh my gosh!
What did you do?
Okay, how do you have 5 kids that can afford a babysitter a car? Damn, you are living well.
What are you trying to hide? That dad's crazy.
Yeah. Again, to bring up her clothing.
And like, that's the only issue. Like, the biggest issue is her clothing and the fact that the kids saw her without her top on. The only other thing was she doesn't clean the rest of the house. Well, that's not her job. She's there to babysit your kids.
Yeah.
And she's 18, so she's probably in high school or college. I don't know how it works over there. So she's probably studying or having some like downtime after managing 5 kids for however long.
Yeah, and what is she meant to do while the kids are sleeping? What, just stare over them as they sleep? Just...
No, she's supposed to clean the mess she didn't make.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, down to the top comment. You are the a-hole. Kids don't sexualize clothing. You did. I have been in childcare for 8 years. Your 5-year-old probably wants to marry her because he or she loves her. Kids always say they want to marry parents or family as they don't yet understand the concept. As a nanny, I wear whatever I feel comfortable in, so G-string, and have never had an issue as the children don't ever even notice what I wear, which is nothing. As for her being late, have you discussed it? Yeah, like, fair enough, okay, you being late to your job, yeah, that's an issue, but like, clearly not the issue here. The issue is clearly you don't feel comfortable getting a slight hard-on for your babysitter and you don't have any other way to get rid of it.
Same thing with like, well, you didn't discuss her being late. We probably also didn't discuss that you have expectations of her to clean your house.
And yeah, a lot of the comments all just to kind of agree with that, yeah, they're a little kid. Of course they're going to say this kind of stuff. I mean, who doesn't know a child that says they want to be a vampire when they grow up or something? What, you think that Vlad the Impaler's come around and his spirit to impression your kids into becoming, what, Twilight vampires or something? I don't know. Kids say dumb stuff. Of course they're going to say something as ridiculous as wanting to marry an adult woman. Because, you know, that's ridiculous. Marrying adult women?
Yeah.
Oof.
I'm never going to.
Why? Yeah.
Your shirt is very unbuttoned.
It is a bit low today, actually.
Yeah. Dirty slut.
I'm gonna be more conservative on YouTube.
That's right.
Dirty little boy. I'm a moist little boy, aren't I, with my lack of skincare today? Yeah, look, I don't think there's gonna be any Natars here. Everyone's pretty much just saying Yatar. We'll keep it there then. We'll just assume that everyone agrees. Understandably. I don't know how this person could not be the a-hole in this sense.
Yeah, it's like with the running in a sports bra thing. Instead of being like, yeah, she's out there getting some fresh air, working on her health, he was like, oh, disgusting. What a horrible woman.
She's running around clearly looking for penis. She's like, where are you? Where are you, penis? Come over here. I'm ready. That's it, right? That's what they're saying?
Sure.
Yeah, cool. Glad we could clarify that. Next story. Our next story dives into the perfect dynamic in a relationship where you guys, you know, work on something together. In this sense, when you have your me time, you completely disregard the existence of your children and are shocked when you get in trouble for doing that. Irresponsible parenting. Never. Background about my husband. He stays up late at night and has to wake up early to go to work. So, when he gets home at 5, he has to get his 2 hours nap so he could both make up for lack of sleep and also be ready to stay up late to play with his console.
He has to get his 2-hour nap. He has to have it.
He values his sleep and has one rule in the house that he enforces strictly, which is to not be interrupted while sleeping. He literally put a sign on the bedroom door saying, "Do not wake me up," under any circumstances. Just no. Unless someone's hurt or dead, though. In this case, he said he still wouldn't be of much help anyway.
Great dad.
Yeah, wow. Way to reassure your family's safety. The kids and I would sometimes wake him up, but for serious reasons. He got mad and started locking the door. I get no access to the room for 2 hours, but that's not the main problem. This past Tuesday, my 3-year-old son had a hot oil spill on his hand while his 14-year-old sister was cooking. I heard him scream and saw that the oil was covering his hand and half of his arm. I brought the first aid kit, but he was in so much pain and his skin looked really bad. I rushed to wake my husband up. I kept knocking but got no response, so I tried to open it, but it was locked. I spent a while between knocking on the door, he had his phone turned off, and getting dressed after my daughter asked the neighbor to drive us to the hospital. I couldn't waste more time because my son was crying. The neighbor took us to the hospital, and I couldn't help but feel livid the whole time. We got home, and my husband was pacing around asking wherever we were and why I didn't answer his texts. I blew up on him after I showed him our son's injury and told him that I pounded on the door to wake him up, but he said he had his earbuds on and didn't hear a thing.
How convenient.
Oh, wow. There you go, kids. Don't listen to nature audio as you sleep, ASMR. It could kill your family. I called him reckless and neglectful for ignoring a family emergency. He said I could say the same thing about myself for leaving our son unsupervised and causing him to get a burn. I stopped arguing and went to remove the bedroom door lock. He started yelling at me, saying I had no right. I refused to respond. I just walked off to calm down. He didn't stop complaining, calling me bossy, and saying that by removing the lock, I've destroyed his peace and quiet and caused him sleep deprivation. He's insisting I put it back, but I refused. I could be wrong for what I've done, but I was frustrated and mad. Am I the a-hole?
No.
Yeah, I don't think that's an a-hole move to remove the literal part of the relationship that was denying her an ability to contact her partner about a serious medical issue.
And it's self-inflicted sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
It's not like you're a shift worker and you just worked 14 hours and, you need a bit of sleep. You worked a normal day and have decided to stay up late playing games.
Yeah, he stays up late at night. He has to wake up earlier to go to work. Then go to bed earlier.
And then trying to blame her
Yeah.
for it.
Wow.
At least someone was awake in this household.
I'll go to top comment. What the frick did I just read? Your husband takes an early evening nap so he can stay up late to play video games? Do your kids have any relationship with him? Because it sounds like he never sees them awake. Obviously, Nata. And the OP responds, the kids barely interact with him. My 14-year-old has her own stuff to be busy with, but the 3-year-old misses spending time with his dad and wakes up early to see him since it's the only time of the day he gets to see him. That is sad. Oh, man. Jeez, I feel sorry for that child. So he's a terrible husband and a terrible father. What exactly are you and your kids getting out of by staying with this a-hole? Beyond living with the embodiment of a leech. I mean, okay, look, he works. He is providing money to the household. He's not just someone who stays at home all day playing video games. But still, metaphorically correct.
But he's not providing anything else. He's not providing any emotional support.
No.
Or love.
No, and I think that's something a lot of people seem to forget as parents. You have that responsibility as well than just providing a wallet. Like, you get so many people complain that they're just wallets to their kids and stuff. It's like, well, you could be something more if you actually, accepted your responsibility as a parent. But because you only ever showed your love through buying them stuff, then of course they're only going to see you as that. Like, call your children heartless and that kind of stuff all you want. You're the one who kind of raised them to be like that, didn't you? There is a lot of people saying Nata. I think there's one of those stories again, just everyone's agreeing. And of course you get those people who just call you an a-hole because you allow this person to be in your life.
That's funny though, that one.
He is an a-hole. You're the a-hole for allowing that to be the man in their life. Telling you this is how a man acts and yelling at you about an accident. The kids must really feel loved by this jackhole that ignores his family. Hey, he's got nothing to do with my butthole, okay? My butthole is nice and caring. Ooh, wow, this one got heavily downvoted. Edit Nata, but info, was someone watching your daughter cook? What was she cooking that required that much oil? And everyone just, how dare you suggest a 14-year-old need to be supervised? Which, I mean, look, yeah, why do they need to be supervised? They're 14. They should be capable of knowing how to not make a mess and cause such damage.
Yeah, but like accidents happen, especially with like a 3-year-old. They probably accidentally touch something. Like they don't know that hot oil is going to burn you. Well, they do now.
Yeah. One way to find out. All right, kids, today we're going to learn about knife safety. Next story. We're going to move on to another a-hole, but also the same kind of a-hole. It's good old dad doing a stupid thing again, and the internet wondering why the hell do you even have a marriage, let alone kids in your life. So am I the a-hole for not letting my 16-year-old daughter have my 10-year-old son's room? We are in the process of moving into a new home. The house is more spacious than the old one, but has limited rooms. It only has 3 rooms. My wife and I have 3 daughters, 16, 14, and 12, and 1 son, 10. The problem that's been tearing the family apart right now is that my 16-year-old daughter is refusing to share a room with her 2 sisters. She wants her 10-year-old brother's room. Her argument is that her brother is too young to have his own space, and that she deserves more privacy and space since she's the eldest. Thing is, we, as a family, have always given the boys their own rooms, no matter the age, while the girls share a room together. This method has proven to be working, because girls naturally share, while boys don't, and they fight a lot. What BS? No! Oh, I love this. These aren't even gender stereotypes. These are such unique stereotypes to their own particular family. My daughter threw a rage fit and got my wife involved. My wife called me unreasonable for thinking it's fair to make the 3 girls share one room while our son gets an entire room for himself. And he's the youngest, so he's the one with the least privacy. I told her that it's been like this for years, and just because we're moving into a new home doesn't mean things have to change. To be honest, Part of me is thinking that my 16-year-old is doing this simply because she's against the idea of moving in the first place and is looking for excuses to not move into the new home.
If none of your family has space, then that's probably why she's complaining.
Yeah. My wife argued that moving our 12-year-old daughter with our 10-year-old son is the best compromise. But my son won't accept this, and I already know that. So, okay, wait, so the 10-year-old son has a right in this, but the 16-year-old daughter, the mature, more adult daughter in the situation, doesn't?
And he only probably says that because his dad's constantly told him, "Nah, son, you get your own room because you're the man of this house."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're right, Dad. Fuck these bitches." Sorry.
All I'm looking for is everyone to be happy and comfortable, and to my understanding, my daughter was fine with sharing a room with her sisters then. Why change her mind now? My wife still sided with her and said that I should be careful because the girls are beginning to sense some sort of favoritism towards my son, which isn't true at all. But it's all about what we're used to, and that is the norm in the family.
So he's probably like, a girl. All right, we've had another girl. Oh, we've had another girl. A boy. I must treasure him. I must teach him the ways.
My precious. They're both not speaking to me and are acting somewhat hostile towards me. Now, edit to add, for those who are saying I was in the wrong for buying a 3-bedroom house, well, our financial situation isn't the best, right, with everything happening in the world and real estate prices getting higher and whatnot. Also, those who are saying I'm favoring my son, I'm not. I treat him the same as his sisters in pretty much everything, and I 100% guarantee it. I accept my verdict nonetheless, but still wanted to make a few points clear. Thanks anyway. Yeah, you can say that, but it doesn't come across like that at all in the story. Like, at least maybe show some examples where you have given whatever needs the sisters have had over your son. Like, I don't know. What, maybe because you bought them a bigger gift for their birthday compared to him? That's not exactly, comparable to the situation. You're letting your son have all the say in the comfort and living of the rest of your family here. That's not fair on the rest of your family. Top comment, of course, going to Yata for choosing a house that cannot meet your family's needs. Did you not count up your children when you were looking at houses? Of course, adolescent girls shouldn't have to share a room with a boy. Of course, your oldest at 16 wants some privacy. Of course, she's ticked off that her brother gets his own room while all 3 girls are crammed into one room.
You know what they should do?
What?
They should have the boys share the room with the parents. They've got plenty of room.
Hey! You created this situation. Is there a basement, covered porch, attic space, or den that could be converted into a 4th bedroom? Oh, yeah, look, it could work.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, covered
If it was
porch
done
is a bit
properly.
much. And yeah, that really seems to be
That covers it.
Yeah. Over 3,000 replies. I cannot be bothered scrolling through all of them to find any stupid opinions. So let's just assume that's what everyone agrees on. Yeah! That is the end of today's video. Thank you as always for watching. Thanks for reaching the end. You're amazing. You should like this video to show me that you're here and I know you exist. Always fun having you. Emily, say bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. And we'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta.